And welcome into the Extra Point here on WEGL 91.1 FM. I'm your host, Garrett Miller, and alongside me, it's the one, it's the only. It's Brooks Childress. Brooks.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
I am doing absolutely fantastic. And do you know why I'm doing absolutely fantastic?
Why is that?
It's Super Bowl week.
That is true. Super Bowl is here, Super Bowl 52, up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where the Philadelphia Eagles will look to take on the defending Super Bowl champions, the New England Patriots, and what is sure to be a Super Bowl filled with exciting storylines and a lot of heartbreak.
For Philadelphia.
So you say that. I like the Eagles. I like the chances that they could, and the problems that they could bring up for the Patriots. So obviously, our show today will be very Super Bowl heavy, but don't worry, we have other things. As in Auburn basketball, 11th in the new AP poll, and a 2 seed in the Joe Lunardi bracketology that came out. So Auburn basketball is looking on the up and up right now, as they have a game tonight against Ole Miss on the road at I think 9 Eastern, 8 Central, over on ESPN channel, whatever they have these days.
I think it's the SEC Network tonight.
There you go. And then, we have some other stories. For example, I'm sure people have heard about the Michigan State stuff. That's a whole situation. Blake Griffin got traded. That happened last night.
Jabari Parker's coming back.
So there's a lot of...
John Wall's going away.
That John Wall's out the 6 to 8 weeks. After he's going to undergo a operation tomorrow, I believe. And there's a lot of information going on in the sports world today, but we'll kick it off with the Super Bowl. Now, as always...
Before we start, I think I need to be a little more appropriately dressed for this. People on TV can see it, but no one else can. But I'm, once again, taking off my jacket and donning a Patriots t-shirt this week.
Wait, is that this year's championship shirt?
No, this is last year's AFC championship shirt that I finally got this Christmas.
So
toss it in the back.
You can't even keep up with the shirt, with the memorabilia coming out.
Listen, this is a good shirt.
It hurts me every time I see a different shirt like that.
You want to know a fun fact?
What?
This is my first AFC championship shirt I own.
Really?
There's
a lot. There's a lot of
that back. I do own another one. This is only the second. Most of my Patriots championship apparel is AFC East championship stuff, which is like really random. Like, no one who buys the AFC East championship stuff. Like, well, we expect to win.
If you're a Browns fan and you finally win the division, there you go. I'll wear it.
You mean when they win it on Madden?
That too. Hey, I took the Browns to the championship in Madden. But let's start the show off with the Super Bowl. As always, if you want to call in and talk to us on the air, get your opinions out there, you can at 334-844-9345. Brooks is manning the phones today. So
we don't have an intern.
Yeah, we don't have an intern.
Intern applications are open now.
Yeah. We're not that fancy, so...
we can't give you college credit.
Yeah, we can't. We actually can't really give you anything.
Yeah, just sit here and answer the phone for us.
But our sweet and tender love, we can give you that. Actually, Brooks can give you that.
Can I? If they're a Patriots fan, I can.
If they're a Patriots fan. Once again, that's 334-844-9345. You want to talk about the Super Bowl, Auburn basketball, or anything else in the sports world. If you want to hear what we think about it, just call into that number. So let's start with the Super Bowl. Eagles.
You mean the big game? It's the big game.
Whatever you want to call it. Eagles, Patriots, obviously up in Minneapolis, because we were wondering if the Vikings would be the first team to be able to host the Super Bowl in their own stadium. They will not. The Eagles took care of that very quickly in a rout. The Patriots snuck past the Jaguars in a heartbreaker for Jacksonville fans, but they had nothing to hang their heads on. So now we move on to the next chapter, Super Bowl 52. Ageless Tom Brady. Will he have Gronk? Well, I'm going to say yes. It looks pretty good that Gronk will be ready to go for a Super Bowl in some capacity.
I don't think it's obviously not a foregone conclusion that he's going to be there or he's not going to be there, because concussions are strange injuries. Because you never know, like, it could be a minor concussion. He could be out for a week or two. It could be a major concussion. He could miss the rest of the season like Wes Welker used to do. So I don't think it's a big problem, though, if they don't have Gronk, because the Patriots' offense is built not around it's not centrally built around one necessary player besides Tom Brady. Obviously, I don't think they're going to have the success they have without Tom Brady. But with, your pieces like Gronk, Amendola, Chris Hogan, Deion Lewis, you're not centering your offense around one person. Obviously, it would help if Gronk was there because he's, Gronk. You can't take him down. He catches the ball. He can run over 3 or 4 people before you get him on the ground. But and the Patriots have already proven they can win a Super Bowl without Gronk on the field. I think it was the Seattle Super Bowl. Gronk wasn't on the field. When was it last year?
But you have to admit, this Patriots offense is a lot more, I want to use the word fragile, I guess, that sometimes it's just not clicking. For a couple of drives, like a couple of drives in a Jaguars game, were you kind of thinking, that's not usually what the Patriots do, or, man, that's just not connecting. That doesn't look right.
Watching that Jaguars-Patriots game. It's
not as potent as it usually is sometimes, it feels like.
Watching that Jaguars-Patriots game, the bigger deal to me was the defense in the first half than the offense. Because you knew going in, Jacksonville's got one of the best, if not the best, defense in the league this year. Mm-hmm. And so you knew the Patriots offense would have trouble moving the ball because the Patriots offense has never been one of those offenses that's like, we're going to go down and score every single time. They're going to score and score and score just enough to beat you if you're, a decent team. And the Jaguars came out ready to play that first half, and so they shut down the Patriots offense mostly in the first half until that last little bit. Like, last part of the first half, Patriots came alive, took the momentum back into the second half, took the momentum on to win. I think the bigger issue for this game is, even though it's Nick Foles, like you say, it's Nick Foles. Oh, Nick Foles, a backup quarterback.
I mean,
in the NFL.
Nick Foles did lead the Eagles to a playoff, to the playoffs one season.
Yes.
So,
but you think, it's just Nick Foles, and that's fine. It's just Nick Foles. But this Patriots defense started off the year horrible. It was a horrible defense.
Swiss cheese.
And it got better as the year went on, as most Patriots teams do, because they start off, they don't start off top form in August like some teams, like the Chiefs. Chiefs will come out firing in
they did.
August.
And then they went into a slump.
They fall down. And so...
They didn't get back up.
And so they will... They started off weak, got stronger as the season went on, but Nick Foles is not a terrible quarterback, as we've seen him go against the very good Vikings.
Come on now.
I can't speak today.
Come on.
The very good Vikings defense. There's too many V's in that sentence that I was trying to structure. So I think the bigger issue, like I said, the bigger issue is the defense. Can the Patriots defense do what they did to the Jaguars offense in the second half? And another thing on that subject, the Eagles' offense is more balanced than the Jaguars. Jaguars, they're going to tell you, we're going to run up the middle with Leonard Fournette, and they ran up the middle with Leonard Fournette. That's a very base offense with Jacksonville. They relied on their defense to win them football games.
But man, Blake Bortles looked good. And fourth quarter is a different story because he had to come back and, came up short. But man, Blake Bortles he wasn't himself, or he wasn't his usual self. I guess it's a good thing.
He was better than his usual self. But with Nick Foles and this Doug Peterson ran offense in Philadelphia, it's a more balanced attack. They got LeGarrette Blount to run the ball, a former Patriot. They can air it out. It's a much more balanced offense that you have to spend more time preparing for than, say, Jacksonville, when you're like, okay, so what we have to do is stop Leonard Fournette and make Blake Bortles beat us. And Blake Bortles couldn't beat them because at the first part of that game, Leonard Fournette was running all over the Patriots defense. They finally shut him down. Blake Bortles couldn't beat him in the second half.
So is that the same game plan you're going in with the Eagles, make Nick Foles beat us? Or do you even want to dare him to do that? Because we saw what he did, because the Vikings defense wasn't better than the Jaguars, I don't think, but they still had a good defense, and Nick Foles made them look like child's play out there.
I think the key to beating the Eagles in this game is shutting down, for the Patriots, is to shut down the passing game. Because they've got good weapons on the offensive side. You got Zach Ertz. Is it Nelson Aguilar there?
Yes, he is there.
Nelson Aguilar. You've just got to shut down the passing game. Because their running backs, their starting running backs, LeGarrette Blount. If you're going to pound the ball with LeGarrette Blount,
here's the thing with the Eagles. The Eagles, the reason why it's so hard to name a lot of their weapons is because they have so many. Anybody in that offense is dangerous. Heck, even the linemen are probably dangerous when it comes to the passing game.
It
feels like the Eagles can plug in anybody. It's kind of almost a Patriots formula. You know how the Patriots that sometimes, Burkhead, Rex Burkhead, who was that?
Next man up mentality.
Yeah. It feels like the Eagles have really embraced that, and now they're just shooting off all over the place. And Nick Foles is a prime example of next man up mentality.
There was an article I saw the other day. I can't name it per se. I think it was written by, or it was either an article or something from a Pro Football deal run by Chris Collinsworth.
Okay.
Pro Football Focus, that's what it was. And they ranked like the top 20 players in the Super Bowl. 14 of the 20 were Eagles players. 14 of the 20.
There's a lot of weapons.
But on the other side of that, the past 3 Super Bowls that the Patriots have played in, this one, the Falcons, and the Seahawks, the Patriots' opponents have had more on. They've done this list for a few years now.
Yeah.
The Patriots' opponents have had the better players on those lists every time, and so it goes.
The ball.
It goes again. It's experience versus a good Eagles offense.
Yeah.
So, which is going to bend a break?
There's not many Eagles on that team that has Super Bowl experience.
And something else that plays into the fact, Nick Foles made the comment the other day at their media availability that he's never even been to a Super Bowl. Like, as a fan, he's never been to a Super Bowl game. So,
I mean, he has on Madden.
Well, I mean, I'm sure on Madden. I've gotten to a Super Bowl on Madden.
That's setting the bar very low, Brooks. But
that hurt me a little bit.
Now, I guess this is the time, there is no other show before Super Bowl, which means Super Bowl picks are now.
Oh no.
Yeah, we didn't really think this far, did we?
Well, technically I've been thinking about this since September.
All right, calm down. All right, Super Bowl picks. I want you to go first. Actually,
I'm trying to remember. Do you remember who we picked at the beginning of the season?
Oh, man. I picked the Patriots.
Yeah, I know. I picked the Patriots, too. Do you remember who you picked from the NFC? I don't think it was the Eagles. Because no one saw this breakout year from Carson Wentz coming.
No, I think I picked. I don't even remember who I picked.
I want to say I picked at the beginning of the season. I want to say it was either Seahawks or Packers.
You know who I went with? I went with the Seahawks. I did Seattle, New England.
So I wonder if I did the same as you or if I went Packers.
You may have went Packers. We didn't have the same thing.
I must have gone Packers. And again, who could have foreseen Aaron Rodgers getting, hurt mid-year and then them just fall off?
Yeah. Well, I wanna get the Super Bowl pulled up on ESPN. So the line is New England by 4 in Vegas, and the over/under is 48. So we're going to be scoring into 20s here.
That's about a Patriots football game. I think the most I've seen them score is upwards around 40, and that was against the Raiders in Mexico City this year. They scored a lot of points. It was upwards of 40.
All right, so picks. Here we go. You go first. You're not going to be biased at all.
No, no, as everyone can see, or you heard earlier, I'm full out Patriots garb. I think, unbiased opinion, even though it may not look so, I've got to go with the experience. I got to go with Belichick and Brady because they've been there. They know how to win in this situation. Like Belichick said last night, the only thing different about this Super Bowl for him is it's in Minnesota.
That's true.
That's a great quote. It's in Minnesota. So I'm going to go Patriots 28, Eagles 21. I think the Patriots pull another win in the fourth quarter where they have to come back from behind and win because the Patriots aren't a first-half team for some reason. So there's my pick. Unbiased opinion. And again, like I said, it may not look like it.
For me, it's hard because I I want to say the Eagles will come out firing and the Patriots get into a hole that they can't dig out of. Then I have flashbacks to last year where they were in the hole and they dug themselves out. So
the biggest hole ever, and they dug their way out of it.
I would rather be right than to go with my heart and say the Eagles will win. So I'm going to say Patriots win, and I'm going to say 30-23. Tom Brady leads a game-winning drive down, and he's going to hit Dion Lewis out the backfield for a touchdown, go 30-23, and win the Super Bowl for the Patriots. That'll be my Super Bowl pick. I went really in depth right there, but we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, Caleb, we'll talk about some Auburn basketball. All right, and as always, if you want to call in and talk about Auburn basketball, talk about Super Bowl, go back on and get your opinions on that. Make sure you call in at 334-844-9345. That's 334-844-9345. I feel like a telemarketer saying that.
Call now. 3 easy payments.
3 easy payments of $19.95. You'll listen to the Extra Point here on WEGL 91.1 FM or online at WEGLFM.com.
It's the ShamWow.